New York Yankees baseball. New York Yankees baseball is brought to you by exceptionally smooth Michelob. Where you're going, it's Michelob. By Toyota, who reminds you to buckle up and use child safety seats. It's a good feeling. And by TW.
From the Oakland Coliseum in Oakland, California, Sports Channel presents Yankee Baseball. Today, the Yankees take on the Oakland A's. The starting pitchers for today's game for the Yankees, right-hander Ed Whitson. He's won a game and he's lost 5. His ERA is 6.09. And for the Oakland A's, another right-hander, big Mike Warren. He's won 1 and lost 3, and Warren's ERA 8.37. Well, welcome to the Alameda County Coliseum. Bill White along with Mickey Mantle. And Mickey, your first game. It's good to see you back in baseball.
Thanks a lot, Bill. It's great to be back out here. I can barely remember playing here. I was out here in 1968, my last year, and I guess we played 2 or 3 series out here, but I can barely remember it.
How about this Yankee ball club? I know you've been watching that.
Yeah, I'm starting to really like them a lot. I didn't think, when the season started, I didn't think we had a very good chance against Detroit, because Detroit, to me, looked like some of the teams I used to play on. Just really too strong. But now that the more that I've seen this team, I think we got a good shot at the pennant.
And getting back with Billy Martin again, that's got to be a big plus for you.
Well, that's a lot of fun. I've already been with him a couple of times. I was in New York when I did the game in New York. I went out with Billy and we had dinner and talked about old times. Last night I was with him a little while, and he's really in good spirits. I'm really proud for him. He looks better now than he did a couple of weeks ago, I can tell you that.
And he's given this team new life, Mickey, starting them running, and they're being very aggressive.
Yes, they are. They got some fast guys on his team, and they should use it. Billy's, like they say, he's a gambler. You know, he'll try to steal home or squeeze a run in, anything. You know, it's exciting.
Hey, it's good to have you back. Good to have you back.
Bill.
And this game is just about ready to get underway. Well, the umpires are already out. We've got Rich Garcia umpiring behind the plate. He is the crew chief. Right now he's over talking to Billy Martin in front of the Yankee dugout. Umpiring at first base is Greg Kosk. Rick Reed umpiring over at second base. And Tim McClellan, who was behind the plate last night, is over at third. So Garcia, Kosk, Reed, and McClellan will be the umpires for this afternoon's game. The Yankees, of course, winners last night over the Oakland A's, and the Yankees are now back to 2 games over 500 in the American League East. They're in 4th place. Toronto also won, so the Yankees remain 5 back. Blue Jays in 1st place, Baltimore 2nd, 2.5 back, then the Detroit Tigers 3, and the Yankees 5 as the Oakland A's take the field. And defensively for Oakland at first base, they have Bruce Bochy. At second base is Donnie Hill. The shortstop is Alfredo Griffin. And over at third, Carney Lansford. A former Yankee, Dave Collins, is out in left. Dwayne Murphy, the center fielder, he had a lot of work to do last night in right field. Is that Dusty Baker? That's not Dusty Baker, is it? And Mike Heath catching. And on the mound, right-hander Mike Warren. Warren with a record of 1 win, 3 losses. This is his 9th appearance and his 5th start. And a very high ERA, 8.37. The batting order for the Yankees, they'll have Ricky Henderson leading off and playing center field. Bobby Meacham will play shortstop and he'll bat second. The first baseman, Don Mattingly, will hit third. Batting fourth and playing right field for the Yankees, Dave Winfield. Don Baylor is the designated hitter. He'll hit fifth. Batting sixth, the catcher, Ron Hasse. The second baseman, Willie Randolph, will hit seventh. And the third baseman, Mike Palliero, will bat eighth. And batting ninth and playing left field, Omar Moreno. Griffey still has the bad hand. And pitching for the Yankees will be right-hander Ed Whitson. I believe we've got a change in right field. Dusty Baker had been scheduled to play right field, but I see Steve Henderson out there for the Oakland Athletics, and we'll see what that might do to the Oakland Athletics lineup. But the outfield will have Collins, Murphy, and Dusty Baker. And Mickey, this fella, Ricky Henderson, has moved from left field to center field. After a few tough moments in center field at the stadium, he seems to have acclimated himself a lot better out there. You played out there. What are the problems playing center field at the stadium?
Well, they always say that left field is the toughest place to play in stadium, but I can't see any difference between left field and right field or center field. When Johnny King came from the Cardinals over to the Yankees, he put me in left field for a while he thought it would be easier to play left field in the stadium. And I really believe it is. I think center field in Yankee Stadium, you have the same problem with the sun and the stands in the background that you do in left field, and you got a lot more room out there, which he doesn't mind. Henderson doesn't mind that because he's so fast.
You got a lot of room to cover. So Henderson leading off against Warren. This ball game is underway. And that might come back for the catcher, Mike Heath. And it will come back for Heath. So Henderson, first ball hitting, pops out to Mike Heath, and there's one down.
He started out the game yesterday, that same pitch. Same.
You know what Mickey's doing, what Ricky's doing, Mickey? He had a home run in Seattle. And I think he's getting into the habit now of lifting the ball rather than hitting on top of the ball, the kind of thing that he normally does.
Well, he's coming home too, Bill. You know, out here in Oakland, he wants to really hit one probably really good.
Yeah, mother here watching the ball game.
Yeah.
This is Bobby Meacham, and he takes the ball. Meacham batting .252, no home runs, and 16 runs batted in. And this youngster has really come along.
He hit that first time up yesterday. He hit a hard line drive to the 372 sign.
And that's 2 balls and no strikes on Meacham. Mike Warren, he's won a game and he's lost 3, making his 5th start and his 9th appearance. A very high ERA of 8.37 to count 3 balls and no strikes on Meacham. And that's a strike, 3-1.
He looks like he throws pretty hard.
Yeah.
Warren.
Easy motion, sneaks that ball up on you.
Yeah.
And that's ball 4. Meacham draws a free pass.
Those are the kind of guys I really had a hard time with.
Hard throwers?
No, the ones that didn't look like they was throwing hard. They used to, Dick Raditz, you remember him?
Yeah.
I read in the paper in Dallas the other day where he pitched to me 65 times and struck me out 44.
Oh, my goodness. How about Denny McLain? He could sneak the ball up on you.
A little bit, not like Raditz.
Here's Don Mattingly, the first baseman, batting at .301. And that's slow ball 1. Mattingly with 4 home runs and 34 runs batted in. He is the first Yankee since Mickey Mantle to win a batting championship.
I've got a feeling he's going to do it more than once.
I think so, too. Very disciplined hitter.
Yes.
And that's a strike, 1-1 on Mattingly. There's Meacham at first. He faked going towards second.
Don Mattingly makes contact a lot more than I used to.
Do you ever think about striking out less and hitting for a higher average, if that might be possible?
I don't think so, Bill. Every time I swung at the ball, I was trying to hit a home run.
Yeah. There goes Meacham, and it's a base hit. Perfect hit and run. Meacham will go on to third. And Collins bobbles the ball. They're going to run Meacham, and he'll score. And on the play, Mattingly goes to second base, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Well, that's embarrassing. I've done that before. It's just nothing you can do about it, though. He's trying. And he charges the ball great.
Number 31.
And probably just took a little bit of a bad hop just before it got to him, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
Look at those long strides of Meacham.
Meacham was going to run over the catcher there, it looked like, if he hadn't have got out in front of the plate.
So give Mattingly a single, and Meacham scores all the way from first base on the error charged to the left fielder, Dave Collins, and the Yankees lead 1-0. Well, now Mattingly is down in second. This is Dave Winfield. And he takes a strike. Winfield batting .250 with 4 home runs and 20 runs batted in. You see that shot he hit out of here last night?
Yeah, he's got some power. Boy, he's big enough, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
You know what? What really I couldn't. Go ahead. What I couldn't believe when I saw Dave Winfield play, I didn't know he was that fast. But going from first to third or scoring from first, he gets around there about as fast as anybody I've seen.
Well, once he gets started, he's really moving.
Now, that ball wasn't that close that time. I think he's just a little shaky.
Well, Dave doesn't like that pitch inside. And that's a strike. 1-2. Reminds me a little bit of Willie Mays. Remember Willie?
Oh, yeah.
If you came within 2 feet of Mays, he hit the dirt. Well, it's a ball and 2 strikes on Winfield.
I think it's easier to dust yourself off than it is to get a new head.
And that's fouled back. Count remains 1-2.
I used to admire DiMaggio and Ted Williams. When you threw at them, if it wasn't right at their head, you know, they'd just take it in the back. I've seen DiMaggio a lot of times just turn around and let the ball hit him in the back.
Well, you see, of course, you have seen him a couple times. Don Baylor, he just turns and lets the ball hit him on the elbow. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Winfield. Yankees ahead 1-0, just underway. And that's out of play.
Baylor's elbow's bigger than my leg, so he's got a lot of meat on that.
Well, you know, they're doing something now, Mickey, that we sort of frowned on. Everybody's pumping iron. They're lifting weights now.
Oh, yeah. I think that's the reason I mentioned to you before the game how much they warm up before the games. We never used to do that. And, of course, I might have been able to play a couple more years than I did if I had them. But I think it's because their muscles are so tight.
1-2 on Dave Winfield. And Winfield goes down on strikes. And that bat ends up in the Oakland A's dugout. And they're 2 outs. Here it is again, Mick. Looks like a slider.
He gets a lot. Yeah, that was a break. It looked like a breaking ball. Maybe took a little bit off of it.
Batter, number 25.
He throws his bat a lot.
Yeah.
Designated hitter.
I've seen him get a lot of hits throwing his bat at the ball.
Well, here's a designated hitter, the fellow who just we're talking about a minute ago. Don Baylor. He's batting .261, 8 home runs, 30 runs batted in. This year or next year, he will tie Minnie Minoso's record for getting hit.
Well, that's one they can have. I don't care about that one. He stands pretty close to the plate,
Stands
too.
right on top of the plate, and they try to pitch him inside, and that's why he gets hit so often. Baylor's been hit 8 times this year. And it's a strike on Baylor. Foul past Gene Michael down the third base line. It's 2 strikes on Don Baylor. Got a lot of foul ground around here. The third baseman and the first baseman can run all day on foul pop-ups.
That's tough on the batting averages, too. It doesn't. You don't realize it, but there's probably like that first pop foul that Henderson hit.
That's out of play.
That would have been out of most ballparks.
Yeah.
I mean, it would just have been a strike.
You ever play at Wrigley Field, Chicago?
Never did, I don't think.
Boy, the stands are right on first base and third base. It's awfully hard to foul out. Still no balls. 2 strikes on Don Baylor with Mattingly at second, and the Yankees up 1-0 in the first inning. And Warren started off, but home plate umpire Rich Garcia felt it was inside. It's 1-2. Billy Martin watching the action, hiding so that he could give signs to Gene Michael and not be seen by the A's. Lansford at third base. Throws out Baylor, and that'll retire the side. The Yankees pick up a run on 1 hit, 1 error, and a man left on base. And at the end of 1/2 inning of play, The Yankees won. The Athletics are coming up.
There's a style in your life no one could ever deny. You're on your way to the top, and along the way you've always known just who you are. Where you're going, you've always known it. Where you're going, it's Michelob.
Where you're going, it's exceptionally smooth Michelob.
Where you're going, it's Michelob.
So the Yankees will try to protect the 1-0 lead with Don Mattingly at first base. Willie Randolph over at second. And Bobby Meacham, who scored the run, is at shortstop. Playing third base for the Yankees this afternoon is Mike Pagliarulo, checking out the sun. The left fielder, Omar Moreno, he's playing because Ken Griffey is injured. The center fielder, Ricky Henderson. And the right fielder is Dave Winfield. Behind the plate, giving Butch Wanninger a rest is Ron Hasse.
As well as selected locations throughout the state.
And on the mound for the Yankees, right-hander Ed Whitson. Whitson is making his 9th start. And he's won a game and he's lost 5. In his previous 8 starts, Whitson has gone just a bit over 4 innings each start. For the A's, their lineup will have Dave Collins leading off and playing left. Carney Lansford at third. He'll bat second. Batting the third and playing first base, Bruce Bochy. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Dave Kingman. Steve Henderson will play right field, and he'll hit 5th. Dwayne Murphy in center field will bat 6th. Mike Heath will catch and hit 7th. Batting 8th, playing second base for the Oakland A's is Donnie Hill. The shortstop, Alfredo Griffin, will bat 9th. And, of course, we've already seen the pitcher, Mike Warren. Here's Collins. Collins batting .265, 1 home run and 13 runs batted in. And he loops it foul down the left side. Yankees leading 1-0. And that's high. 1-1. I think Whitson's still trying to find just how to pitch over here, Mick. Some games he'll go out and throw a lot of fastballs. Now he'll have to cover first base, and he just beats Collins to the bag for the first out.
Collins gets down that line pretty fast. I was at the first game that I did in the stadium. Whitson pitched, and he was having trouble that day. Seems like his change-up is in bad spots a lot.
Gets it up, you think, a little bit too much?
Looked like it that day, anyway. I haven't seen him but that one time, but it looked like he has a good change-up, but he was just getting in poor selection of spots that day.
So with 1 out and nobody on, this is Carney Lansford, the third baseman. He's hitting .268, 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in for Oakland. And Whitson misses with a fastball. Now your old buddy Cleet Boyer is coaching third for the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
And Billy Williams coaching at first base. Just threw that fastball past to Lansford.
Yeah, he's got good stuff. I'm surprised that he hasn't done better.
There's Cletus. You better get him in shape.
Cleet's getting bigger than me.
There's Billy Williams over at first.
That was a great hitter there.
Yeah, he could hit. Low ball hitter.
This Lansford's hit 400 or 304 straight years. That's not too shabby.
He uses the whole field.
Yeah.
Doesn't swing for home runs. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lansford. In '81, in the strike-shortened season, he was the American League batting champion. He has a nervous bat. It's always moving. Meacham, it plays a tough hop. And there are 2 outs. I think that's one of the big improvements with the Yankees. The ball used to be hit the shortstop, and you worry about it.
This was a tough play, too.
Yeah.
It's, like you said, one of those real short.
Bruce Bochy, first base.
It was a short hop. You see Lansford there, and Meacham made the play for out number 2. And the batter now is Bruce Bochy, the first baseman. He's batting .350 with no home runs and a dozen runs batted in. And it's ball one. Let's take a look at that last play, Mick, with Meacham.
Now, he hit it fairly hard too. See that really short hop? That's tough to make the play on there.
There's that change up, but it was high, as you mentioned. He got it Buckley out front. He took it, so it's 1-1. Want that change up down a little bit, don't you?
Yep. And away, I think.
That one's low, 2-1.
That last play that Meacham made there's what run me off a shortstop.
Yeah, you were a shortstop coming out, huh? So was your buddy from Oklahoma, Bobby Mercer.
Yeah.
And Bobby, of course, followed you in center field with the Yankees.
Whitey said the only difference between me and Bobby Mercer was that he had warning track power.
It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bucky. Right back to Whitson.
Ooh.
And the side is retired.
Great play.
Yeah, excellent play by Ed Whitson. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 1. The Yankees lead the Oakland A's 1-0.
Hey, buddy, now's the time to stop what you're doing and start for Toyota. Starting this week, you can swing the deal of a lifetime. Whoops. On over 90,000 cars and trucks, but hurry. Special factory-to-dealer incentives can save you even more money on selected trucks and cargo vans. Get down here now. More vans, more trucks, and they're in stock now. During Toyota's Stop What You're Doing Sell-a-thon.
Betcha this'll pull me out of a sand trap.
The irresistible Canon AE1 program.
John, I'm working. Can I have my camera back?
Just one more. It's hard to put down because it's so simple to use.
This Canon AE1 program's super. Just one more.
The program mode makes it easy to shoot like a pro.
Here, get to work.
Canon's AE1 program.
Keep drawing the ball.
So advanced, it's simple. Canon, the official camera of the New York Yankees.
Did you ever think a bank would give you a low mortgage rate plus a gift worth hundreds of dollars? Well, right now, the Long Island Savings Bank is offering 1-year adjustable mortgage and co-op loans and fantastic gifts like this Charm Glow grill, this GE Color TV, or this Howard Miller grandfather clock. Free gifts with mortgages? Who'd have thought of it? Who else but the Long Island Savings Bank? Call us.
Now back here at the Oakland Alameda County Stadium complex, it's 1-0 Yankees as we play the second inning. Bill White along with Mickey Mantle, former shortstop of the New York Yankees.
I just found out that Donnie Hill, playing second base, used to play shortstop for them. They put him from short to second. I'm glad they didn't move me over to second.
Well, who could get the ball to the first better, you or Mercer? Or could you even pick it up to get it over there?
No.
Huh?
No way. With my legs, I never would have been able to come out of one of them double plays.
Here's Ron Hasse leading off for the Yankees in the second inning. Hasse batting .391 in limited appearances. And that'll be out of play. Hasse has 5 runs batted in. He'll be followed by Willie Randolph and then Mike Pagliarulo. That's wide, 1-1.
I think Billy really likes Hasse as a hitter.
Used him against Charlie Huff in Texas.
Yeah.
Had a big day, and the Yankees beat Huff. One of the rare times they've beaten Charlie Huff. 2-1 on Hasse. Oh, he waits on the ball, man.
Yeah, he almost ducked into that one. It's big, yeah. Uh-oh.
Deep right field. Going back is Henderson. It's gone. Ron Hasse has just hit his first home run of the year. That pitch was low and in, wasn't it?
It was a good pitch. He got around on that really good.
Well, you just mentioned that Billy liked him as a hitter.
Yeah. That looked like the way Ted Williams used to hit that inside fastball. He gets out in front of it. Watch how he gets out in front of it. Really good. If you hit that ball out in front of the plate, it's going to go.
And that went well back in the seats in right field, giving the Yankees a 2-0 lead. And bringing up Willie Randolph. Hasse getting some high fives on the Yankee bench. Randolph takes the ball. He's batting .282, no home runs, 7 runs batted in. And that's a strike, 1-1.
Randolph's average is really pretty good right now. I mean, for how he started out, but he really hasn't been hitting the ball like he can. He hits the ball a lot harder than he has been.
That's low. Well, he went through a period when he was ill with a very bad cold. He's just getting his strength back. That's out of play. 2-2 on Randolph. I believe, Mickey, he is the senior Yankee in point of service now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
There's been a big turnover.
It's 2-2 on Randolph.
He's in his 10th year.
And that's out of play. Willie picked up from the Pittsburgh Pirates. They decided to keep Rennie Stennett and trade Randolph. Stennett broke an ankle, had to go to the Giants. Randolph was still playing, and Stennett's retired. And Randolph is down on strikes for the first out.
Billy said he's talking about making Randolph the captain of the Yankees.
Now batting number 6.
Well, it would be quite an honor, yeah. You all have a captain when you play?
We never did have a captain. I always felt like Whitey Ford was kind of like our leader. You know, I mean, if two guys ever got mad at each other, Whitey'd go over and straighten them out. You know, I mean.
Mike Palliulo, strike 1.
They called him the chairman of the board because of his pitching, you know, but really, I think I used to get a lot of credit for being the, you know, the spiritual leader or something like that because I played with Payne. But I always figured that Whitey was really the man that really meant something to everybody.
It's no balls and 2 strikes on Palliulo. 1 out, nobody on here in the second. Yankees leading by a score of 2-0. And it's 1-2.
You say it's all right for me to just say Pags for a while?
Yeah, because I have a hard time pronouncing it myself. And that's 2-2.
He has pretty good power too. I've seen him. I was watching him in batting practice. He can take it downtown.
Now, Lou Pinella's been working with him the last couple of years. Deep to right field, but Henderson has room. He didn't see the ball. Now he's backing up.
He just got under it.
Yeah. I don't think Henderson saw that ball for a while, Mick.
The wind is blowing out, Bill, really hard today. I think that wind carried that ball. He really did get under it. He didn't hit it as good as we thought he did. When he first hit it, I thought it was gone.
Yeah. And Henderson had some problems finding it, but he caught it well shy of the warning track for the second out. And here's Omar Moreno, the left fielder. Omar batting .219. And he fakes a bunt, takes a strike, and he really bounces out there.
Well, they used to get mad at me for that, but if he got on, he stole 70-some bases one year. If he does bunt and gets on, he can steal second. He's in scoring position. That's better than a pop-up or a strikeout.
And he's not on
I used to do that, and everybody get mad at me.
Bhakti, the first baseman, will play it himself, and that'll retire the side. 1 run on the home run by Ron Hasse, and that was the only hit. At the end of the 1.5, the Yankees 2, Oakland nothing.
There's a style in your life no one could ever deny. You're on your way to the top, and along the way you've always known just who you are. Where you're going, you've always known it. Where you're going, it's Michelob.
Where you're going, it's exceptionally smooth Michelob.
Where you're going, it's Michelob.
TWA introduces a business class seat so revolutionary it makes all the others obsolete. It reclines like no seat ever before, tilts to cradle you in comfort. The footrest adjusts to your height, and it's the widest seat in the sky. TWA's new business lounger to Europe. It's a whole new position on comfort.
My game takes precision timing, quick thinking, and a sharp awareness of the obstacles around me. Just like driving. I never drink before I skate. You shouldn't drink if you're going to drive. Governor Cuomo has asked me to help you save a life. Maybe your own. Drive sober. Don't get caught dead drunk.
Well, Dave Kingman leads off against Ed Whitson, playing the second with the Yankees leading 2-0. Kingman batting .257, 10 home runs, and 28 runs batted in. I understand you did a little homework before this ball game, Mickey. You're trying to figure out if you are ahead or behind of Dave Kingman in strikeouts.
He's still 116 behind me, Bill. But
well, you're rooting for him, right?
Well, I've got 4 years on him, too. I played 18 years. He's only been playing 14, so he's going to catch me.
There's Dwayne Murphy on deck. And he might catch you or get a little closer this at-bat.
I found out, too, from Billy that they try to pitch him high and inside. That's where they strike him out. And that's what they did with me left-handed. When I hit left-handed, they always try to keep the ball. Anybody could throw as hard as Whitson's throwing today could keep the ball up and in on me and strike me out about every time.
Now, who believes that? Not every time.
Well, not every. They of course, they can't throw it right where they want to.
That's right. That's a problem. You make that mistake inside, get over the plate a little bit too much, and see you later.
I saw Kingman hit one of the longest home runs I've ever seen.
1-2 on Kingman.
I was coaching for the Yankees and was playing in the old Al Lang Field, which you know.
Yeah.
And Mel Stottlemyre, Mel Allen was pitching. Mel Stottlemyre was pitching against him that night, and he hit it about halfway to Tampa, out in Tampa Bay.
Oh, he's got a big uppercut swing. And he goes down on strike. So Kingman
now
he's
only 115 behind.
You got him counted. Here it is again, Mick.
Well, that was a good pitch. That was a change-up slider or a little slow curve. He was probably looking for that high fastball inside.
And here's Dwayne Murphy. And he takes wide, ball one. We mentioned the A's had changed their lineup. They had Baker batting fifth and playing right. They changed to Murphy batting fifth, and Henderson is batting sixth, and he's playing right field in place of Dusty Baker. And it's a ball and a strike on Murphy. This guy doesn't get cheated. He swings the bat hard all the time.
Yeah, he hits it long when there once in a while. I was impressed with his fielding yesterday. He made a couple of pretty good plays.
Randolph on the smash by Murphy, and there are 2 outs.
That's what used to make me mad. Hit a ball right on the nose, one hopper, and second baseman backhanded.
Batter, number 5, Steve.
There it is right there.
Right field.
You got no chance.
No. Batter now is Steve Henderson, the right fielder for the Oakland Athletics. He's got a base hit through the right side. Plays a little cat and mouse with Dave Winfield in right field. So the A's have their first base runner, a 2-out single by Steve Henderson. That'll bring on Mike Heath, the catcher. Heath batting .235, 5 home runs, and 20 runs batted in. And a strike over the outside edge.
Before the game today, I was down in the Oakland clubhouse, and Cletus said wanted to know if I would come into Jackie Brown's office. Said there were some of the Oakland A's that wanted to meet me, and it was really flattering, to tell you the truth. Mike Heath was one of them. I met him when he first came up with the Yankees a long time ago, and Kingman even came in, you know, and they all got an autographed ball. It really made me feel good.
Oh, yeah. 1-2 on Mike Heath. Well, you've been spending a lot of time autographing balls for the fans around the stands here.
Yeah, that's
hard to get back up to the booth.
In fact, that's about the toughest part of my job, I found out, is getting in and out of the booth.
1-2 on Heath. Right back to Whitson, who controls, and that'll retire the side. For Oakland in the second inning, no runs, 1 base hit, 1 man left on base. And at the end of 2, the Yankees lead Oakland 2-0.
Yankee tradition, built with 22 world championships. Yankee history, written by legends like Ruth, Garrick, DiMaggio, Mantle. Yankee pride. It comes every time a man puts on Yankee pinstripes. And now Yankee excitement explodes every time the 1985 Yankees take the field. Winfield, Righetti, Guidry, Mattingly. New York stars in stripes are flying again. Call these numbers for ticket information and come on out.
The look is lean and trim. The car is Cavalier. From today's Chevrolet. The well-honed power of a 2-liter electronically fuel-injected engine. The instinctive agility of front drive, Cavalier. It has the look and the performance for today's America. This is today's Chevrolet.
Chevrolet extends low 8.8% financing for a limited time on all new Chevy Cavaliers.
When you ride a Snapper High Vac, you get a little something extra. The power of a huge vacuum cleaner. Because Snapper's patented deck traps the air, creating a tremendous vacuum that stands grass up for a beautiful, clean-cut lawn. And Snapper's High Vac makes bagging a snap. Get the incredible Snapper mower.
Get in on Snapper Super Value Days. With every purchase of any riding mower, you'll get a single bag grass catcher or dump cart worth $150 to $210.
Back here in Oakland, the Yankees lead Oakland by a score of 2-0. They've scored single runs in the first 2 innings. In the first inning, Meacham walked, and Mattingly hit one through the left side on the hit and run. The left fielder Collins bobbled the ball, and Meacham scored all the way from first base. Then Hasse, leading off the second, hit his first home run of the year deep into the right field seats. So the Yankees will be back up top now with Henderson, Meacham, and Mattingly against Mike Warren.
I'd like to see Ricky get a hit here. I don't care if it's a home run or not. Just get a hit to get a, he's so anxious here.
Yeah.
And I remember we used to go to Kansas City, and I was the same way. My mom and dad, and all of my family would be up at Kansas City, and you always want to do so good, and it's just really hard. It puts a little pressure on you.
Get away from your own game plan or the way you usually play.
And I understand that Ricky, when he got traded, said a few things about the A's that wasn't really taken too good anyway.
Is that why we hear some boos here?
I think so, yeah.
Well, you never had to go through that. You had to go through that 3 times, changing uniforms. Henderson fouled out in the first inning, and he takes a ball. Ricky now batting at .298.
I always did wonder what it would be like to have to hit against Whitey.
Whitey's probably glad that he didn't have to pitch to you.
We was playing a inter-squad game in spring training one time. He was pitching.
Popped up, shallow center, Donnie Hill, the second baseman. And he'll be run off by the center fielder, Dwayne Murphy, for the first out.
That's the way you're supposed to do that play.
What happened down in spring training?
Watch this. The second baseman goes out. It's his ball until the center fielder yells. And once he says, I got it, the second baseman's got to get out of the way.
Which he did. Murphy came on and made the catch, and Hill took a hike.
Down in spring training was having an inter-squad game, and Whitey was pitching against me, and Elston Howard was catching on Whitey's team. And Ellie told me he's going to throw me a sinker outside. And Whitey did throw me a sinker outside, and I hit a line drive right at his head.
Oh, my goodness.
And it scared me and Elston to death.
Oh, my. 1-0 on Meacham. And it's 1-1. I used to hate inter-squad games.
Oh, I did, too. That's what I said. I wouldn't know what it would be like to have to. I never did have to change teams, but I wouldn't know what it would be like to have to play against mine.
Bhakti, off Bhakti, and Meacham's going to be safe. That'll be an error on the first baseman. I tell you what it's like. You want to hit a home run every time up until about the third game, and you're about 0 for 9. Here it is again.
And that was another one of those in-between hoppers.
That's where speed helps you, Mick. Bhakti knows that Meacham runs well, and he had to play in close there.
They put me on first base my last 3 or 4 years to make it easy on me. That's the worst thing I ever had to try to do was play first base.
Don Mattingly singled to left in the first inning with Meacham on the run, and Bobby scored all the way from first base.
I think it's a lot easier to play in the outfield than it is first base.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. On Mattingly. Mattingly now at 306, 4 home runs, 34 runs batted in. He leads the Yankees in runs batted in. Don Baylor, number 2 on the list with 30. That's foul, just foul off first base.
Last winter, I got to give the award to Mattingly for the year he had, and I was sitting by Yogi on the dais, and they showed about 10 minutes of Mattingly fielding around first base. Besides being a good offensive player, he's a great defensive player, and we watched about 10 minutes of plays that he made. And I turned to Yogi and I said, "Yogi, do you think that he was a better first baseman than me?" Yogi said, "You got to be kidding."
That's high to Mattingly. 2 balls and a strike. You know, it's going to be awfully hard for him to take the glove away from Murray, Eddie Murray of Baltimore. Seems that once you win, Mick, you continue to win.
That's
the
right.
Gold Glove.
Buddy Bell's won it 6 straight times,
Yeah.
in Texas.
That's close, but it doesn't count. 3 balls and a strike on Mattingly. Yankees are leading by a score 3-1. We're in the top of the third, 1 out and good speed. Bobby Meacham at first base.
I always thought that Cletus Boyer was the best fielding third baseman I'd ever seen, but Brooks Robinson used to win the Golden Glove every year, and if he was better than Cletus, boy, he was. Of course, I know he was good. I saw him 18 years, and he was great. I think the reason he got that Golden Glove was because he was a better hitter than Cleet. They'd have had to give 2 of those out, as far as I was concerned.
3-1 on Mattingly. Meacham's going. Ball 4. And the Yankees now runners at first and second. That's walk number 2 given up by Mike Warren. He's also struck out 2. And that'll bring up Dave Winfield, who struck out in the first inning.
I wonder why they, it sounds to me like, or is that just some of that like I used to get?
What's that?
Booing. I mean, Winfield. It seemed like they kind of booing him a little bit more than everybody else. Is that the reason?
Well, I think the reason is he probably has a heavier wallet than everybody else.
I wouldn't boo him. I might want to borrow something off of him sometime.
Dubbed off first. He'll only be able to get 1. Bhakti will go to first base and ahead of Winfield for the second out. Both runners move up. Meacham goes to third and Mattingly down to second. And there are 2 outs. Yankees have a 2-0 lead playing in the top half of the third inning. And there's Baylor.
I haven't gotten to talk to Baylor yet. Does he like being a DH, or would he rather be playing?
He'd rather be playing every day. But and that's a ball low. Were you around when they had the DH, or you left before then, right?
I was gone, yeah. But a lot of people always ask me, say, would you have stayed around if they'd had the DH? But I don't. It was time for me to get out. All they had to do those last 3 or 4 years was walk me anyway, and we couldn't score.
I think you clog the bases up. 2 balls, no strikes on Don Baylor. He's having some problems, Mick, with breaking balls now, down and away. And that's wide. 3-0 on Baylor. Looks like they might be trying to pitch around him, but Hasse, who hit
Yeah, he just hit a home run.
Yeah, looks like you want to get Baylor out. Right-hander, right-handed hitter. And ball 4. Meacham's going to try to score, and he will score. And Mattingly goes to third, and the Yankees now lead 3-0. Bobby Meacham with quick reflexes. See that again. See if this is a pass ball, Nick.
Yeah, the catcher could have blocked that. I like Heath.
Well, they're going to give him a wild pitch.
I think that was a little closer than Meacham thought it was.
So the run scores on a wild pitch. Baylor walks on that pitch. So the Yankees still have runners at first and third, and Ron Hasse's a batter. He hit his first home run of the year, leading off the second. And Hasse takes a strike.
That looked like the same pitch that he hit a home run off of, didn't it?
Down, yeah.
Exactly.
Or left-handed. Were you a low ball hitter left-handed?
Yeah. Right-handed, I hit about 345 lifetime right-handed. But I didn't have any certain spot I liked the ball. I just anywhere they threw it right-handed, but left-handed it had to be like from the belt down, and mostly away.
A ball and a strike on Ron Hasse. That brings up the question: why are most left-handed hitters low ball hitters? And it seems most right-handed hitters like the ball up where they can see it.
Well, that's the way I was.
Yeah.
I was both of them.
Popped up left side at Carney Lansford, the third baseman, in foul ground. And that'll retire the side. He ended up in fair territory. Yankees pick up another run. No base hits, an error, and 2 men left on base. We're going to the bottom of the third. The Yankees 3, the Athletics nothing.
There's a style in your life no one could ever deny. You're on your way to the top, and along the way you've always known just who you are. Where you're going, you've always known it. Where you're going, it's Michelob.
Where you're going, it's exceptionally smooth Michelob.
Where you're going, it's Michelob.
Pretty soon you'll be on the road with the rest of America, getting away from it all. Are your tires ready for it? Don't miss the great Goodyear Getaway Sale. Come to Goodyear and save on tires with traction you can count on, rain or shine. Custom polysteel radials. Save on tires tough enough for those turnpikes. Eagle ST radials. Save yourself trouble and money. The great Goodyear Getaway Sale. Look for this sign and save at Goodyear. Sale ends June 1st.
It's a hit. Pinstripe Power on Sports Channel. We've got New York sports covered.
Well, if you've ever dreamed of asking Mickey Mantle a baseball question, here's your chance. Send a postcard to Ask Mickey, Post Office Box 234, Woodbury, New York, 11797. And during Yankee games, Mickey just might field your question. Watch for Ask Mickey only on Sports Channel. Are you ready for those Ask Mickey questions?
I don't know what they're going to be yet.
Well, we'll have some for you as the season goes along. So you better get your thinking cap on there.
It's not live, is it?
Yeah, you're
Really?
gonna, yes, sir.
No.
We're gonna put the pressure on you. Here's Donnie Hill leading off against Ed Whitson playing the third. Yankees leading 3-0, and that's a ball. Hill batting .260, 2 home runs, 16 runs batted in.
He's really ambidextrous. He can throw left-handed, too.
Well, he hits this one to left field, and Moreno had him played perfectly for the first out. Did the fielders overshift that much, Nick, in the old days?
On certain players, they did. I noticed yesterday when Kingman came up, they had their shift on, like Boudreau used to do Williams.
Yeah.
Well, he did it on me, too.
Base hit for Alfredo Griffin in front of Moreno down the left field line. Once again, the Yankees were overshifted with Moreno. With Moreno in left field, and Griffin this time hit one in front of him for the second hit of the ball game by the Athletics. Hits are all even now 2 apiece, but the Yankees lead 3-0. Here's Dave Collins.
Whenever the first time that Boudreau pulled his shift on me, I was hitting left-handed, and all the infielders was over on the right-hand side of second base, and I asked Casey if he wanted me to bunt, and he said, heck no. He said, they'd give you first base, but they just don't want you to go ahead and try to hit a home run.
They don't want you to hit it out.
Yeah.
This guy was born on October 20th of 1952. Is that a familiar date to you?
That is my birthday.
That's high to Collins. Collins born October 20th, 1952.
I got 21 years on him.
21 years on him. And that's a strike, 1-1 on Collins. And a quick snap throw to first base, and Griffin is back.
Good play.
I think
if I'm 53 and he's what? He was born in 52?
Yeah.
I was born in 31. That's 21 years, right?
Close. Don't ask me to count it. Meacham, and a save at first base. Probably Meacham made a fine play as he got out behind second and catch a line drive.
That's 3 straight line drives, and they've got a man on first.
I think that might be telling the pitching coach something.
Billy's, he gave me a thing before the game. I was going to show it to you, how they place their, how they're playing these guys, and it must be working.
Yeah.
That's 3 straight line drives right at somebody.
This is Lansford, and he takes high, ball 1. Yankees leading 3-0. We're in the bottom half of 3rd inning. Griffin is at first base, and there are 2 outs. And it's 1-1. Thing that might have changed a bit, Nick. You very seldom see that good curveball anymore from the pitchers. They're throwing a lot of sliders.
Not like Whitey. Whitey, I used to love to watch Whitey pitch. He had about 3 or 4 curveballs. He had a slow curve and a fast curve. I guess they call it a slider now.
Let's see if this ball will come back for Hasse. I don't think it will. It will not. It's in the seats foul.
But Whitey threw a real, like an Aunt Susie curve, they call it, like a roundhouse, like we used to throw in high school. And then he'd throw a hard one and a little bit slower one. And I mean, he had so many pitches. It was just, and he could throw them all for strikes and all on the corners too. I mean, I love to watch him pitch. And I love to play when he pitched because the games usually only lasted about an hour and 45 minutes.
He's going to be around the plate. That's foul off third base. 1-2 remains a count on Carney Lansford as Alfredo Griffin goes back to first. There goes Griffin. Meacham will have to play at the first, and that'll retire the side. No runs, a base hit, the man left on base. We've played 3, and Mickey, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Bill. See you tomorrow.
And at the end of 3, the Yankees 3, the Athletics nothing.
Now's the time to stop what you're doing and start for Toyota. Wherever you see this sign, your Toyota dealer is waiting to help you land a bargain. On over 28,000 trucks and cargo vans. Load up for less with Truck Extra Value packages. You can save up to $659. Special factory-to-dealer incentives can hook you some big savings on cargo vans and Toyota's best-selling 4x2s. They're in stock now. Wait over to your Toyota dealer and reel in a bargain.
Sometimes late in the evening, an emotion begins to stir in men. A craving for excitement that can be satisfied only one way. ESPN, the Total Sports Network. Big-time sports like exciting college basketball, wide-open USFL football, professional boxing, auto racing from around the world. Something exciting, even at 1 in the morning. ESPN, the Total Sports Network, where the cheering never stops.
There is a revolution in the insurance industry. Consumer Reports recommends term life insurance. Hi, I'm Steve Diamond of William Penn Life. $100,000 of life insurance protection costs only $95 for a male at age 35, only $152 at age 45, and only $296 at age 55. Millions has already been sold through the New York Times and Wall Street Journal. This call can save you thousands. For more information, call 432-4100, 432-4100.
One of the biggest giveaways of the season is coming up Sunday, June 2nd. It's Coca-Cola Yankee Bat Day for all fans 14 and under. Be sure to make plans now. It's just around the corner. That's next Sunday. The Yankees against the Mariners. Game time 2 o'clock. Coca-Cola Bat Day for all youngsters 14 and under. This is Randolph on the ground to second base, and Donnie Hill gets Randolph for the first out. One all-time Yankee has just left, and another one is late getting in.
It's a little tough getting in here, but can you believe I'm wearing the same headset Mickey Mantle wore?
Maybe your head's getting bigger.
No, I had to adjust the
well, you got it for Pags.
What, I'm on?
Yes.
Oh, no, you can't surprise me like that. White, I just came from radio, and the difference...
Just talk less.
No, give me another batter, and I'll take the next one. It takes... No, you got to adjust when you come from radio.
Okay, it's 2 balls, no strikes on Palirulo. You owe me 2.
Okay.
And that's 3-0. Yankees leading by a score 3-0. They have scored 1 run in each of the first 3 innings of this ball game, and we're in the top of the 4th. 3-1.
Might I ask?
No, not unless you're going to do the play-by-play. You might not ask anything.
Okay.
Yes, sir. In the air to center field. Murphy started back and makes a catch. He misjudged the ball, but made the adjustment, and there are 2 outs. Are you ready?
No, you might as well finish the inning, White. You know what my rule is. You never come in the middle of an inning. So just finish it, and then I'll collect my thoughts, and I'll be ready for the bottom of the 4th. How's that?
I would say something, but I don't think I'm better. Omar Moreno bounced to first in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. Each team with just 2 base hits, but the Yankees have 3 runs, and they lead 3-0. And it's 1 strike on Moreno. Slice foul down the left side. That'll be over the dugout of the Oakland A's. 2 strikes on Moreno. Mike Warren, the starter for the Oakland Athletics. Breaking ball misses 1-2. This is Collins in left. He has a hard time keeping his hat on. 3 up and 3 down. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, the Yankees 3, the Oakland Athletics nothing.
Action, suspense, adventure. They're all part of the new James Bond thriller A View to a Kill, starting May 24th at a theater near you. Your participating Michelin tire dealers are celebrating this adventure above and beyond all other Bonds with an exciting Michelin Dealers 007 sweepstakes. The grand prize is a new Alfa Romeo GTV6 Coupe from the makers of the most passionately engineered cars in the world. First prize is an exciting trip for 2 on American Airlines to San Francisco with 3 nights accommodations provided by the Sheraton Fisherman's Wharf Hotel. Or win a set of Michelin XH radials, the new computer-designed tire that combines the advantages of responsive handling, fuel savings, and a plush, quiet ride. Hurry, the contest ends Monday, May 27th. Fill out a coupon at your participating Michelin dealer. No purchase necessary, licensed drivers only. See your newspaper and check out the fantastic savings on Michelin X radials. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Hey, Yankee fans, Sports Channel's got your number with exclusive coverage of 40 Yankee games. Games you can't see anywhere else with action that can't be beat.
Fair ball, great play by Mattingly and Negro, and they get him. Holy cow!
Holy cow is right, Scooter. 1985 pinstripe power is going to knock you out. Sports Channel, we've got New York sports covered. How about that?
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees, intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Yankees and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on this telecast are selected by Sports Channel and approved by the Yankees. Bill?
Keep going.
All right. Bhakti swings and fouls it off, 0-2 the count. Now, Bill White and I noticed the lights just now, but there they are. You can see them on. I was wondering whether they did it for the Yankees while they were up. I thought they were supposed to do it at the start.
Beginning of an inning, I thought so, too.
I tell you, that smog is getting lower and colder. Line to left field, Marino coming on, and one hands it. Omar's doing a little hot dogging out there in left field, but he's making the plays. 1 out.
Now, what had you wanted to ask me?
Oh, yeah, I
before?
wanted to ask you, how did number 7 do in his debut?
Excellent.
I figured that, but I just wanted to ask and be assured.
We're going to have to be a little more conscientious, or one of us might not be around.
You mean he did a lot of homework?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, I think rookies should do that. As Big Dave Kingman, who struck out, takes a strike. That's good. He did a lot of homework. I'm happy to see it. The 1 strike. See, and I think I'm on radio again. I told you I should really take 1 full inning off. I'm starting to do it like a radio game. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Oh, I had a great talk with Frank Cressetti. Did you see the Crow here?
Crow, yeah.
I'm telling you, he hit it one-handed and deep. That's gone. He hit that ball one-handed into the bleachers. If they replay that, I've seen him do that before, but that's awesome. It's a 3-1 ball game now.
How do you like that music that's played after this one? Here it is again. This ball will be away from Kingman.
Look at that.
He turned the bat over, hit that ball about like Jim Rice hit his at Fenway Park. Just turned the wrists over, and it makes the left field seats. Kingman now has 11 home runs this year.
Yeah, he did that a lot with the Mets when he was with them, with the Cubs when he was in them. And now Dwayne Murphy. And now Jeff Torborg's going to pay a visit to the mound. And I have noticed that Whitson gets a little upset if there's an error made behind him or a home run hit off him. And he has had
He's going to spend a lot of his life upset.
Yes. But some pitchers can shake it off, but others it bothers.
Well, I think that's why Torborg went out there. That's the 8th home run that he's given up this year.
Right. Now, how many for Kingman? I meant to count.
That's 11 for Kingman.
11 for Kingman.
Second in 2 days against the Yankees.
All right, the strike called. It's 1-1. Murphy bounced to second his first time up. Foul back.
Going to give up home runs, the secret is give them up with nobody on base.
That's true. Robin Roberts did that a lot.
Yeah, he can give up 45, 46. So did Fergie Jenkins.
That's right.
But most of them were hit with nobody on.
Right, they've got such great control. I mean, they really dig in. Off-speed pitch foul.